Hello everybody, welcome back. So let's have a look at XRP, another a brief, I suppose, overview of what's been going on. So we made that video, it feels like a while ago now, just before that pump, because like I say, we know XRP on this channel, we recognise what it likes, and so we got the original pump. Now we did expect that pump to be a bit more aggressive after its first knockdown here. So we managed to predict the pump, and we managed to, I suppose, nail to an extent where the initial rejection is going to be. Now this might be a bit disheartening. People saying, "Oh, but I thought it was going to continue," and blah, blah, blah. I think it is going to continue. To be honest, what we're looking at here, in my opinion, is just a consolidation. You could look at it in two ways. We could draw a very rough and ready, simple, basic, crude trend line here to say that this is the resistance, and then we could argue that, well, all right, we could maybe stick one of these in here, and we've got a triangle as we're coming towards the end of the apex. But I favour the fact that I think that what we're really looking at is a bit more of a descending wedge formation, which is more bullish than a triangle. A triangle is will it, won't it? You know, is it gonna or won't it do it? But I think this looks a little bit better, and for me, these formations do break to the upper. Either way, it just adds a bit more conviction to the fact that it's just a consolidation, and we're going to gain some strength in shortly, anytime soon, really, to pump up to our next level. So that'll be breaking out of here. So one thing we could think about doing is, all right, let's have a look at the top here and do a fib retracement over here. Let's have a think about where these levels would be. Do these levels match areas of significance? I suppose, what's this over here? Is that? Yeah, it kind of has an area of significance. What about this portion over here? Yeah, more or less got the top. So we're thinking that if this breaks out, then yeah, then this will all be blown out of the picture, and then these levels over here will be our next levels of support and resistance. And I think that that's most likely. And I think this little one here that I'm drawing through here is probably going to get sliced through like a hot knife through butter, and we'll come all the way up to the top over here. Now, before I made today's video, I made a video expecting that XRP could even move up to a new all-time high, which isn't completely ridiculous, as ridiculous as it might sound, which is why we've got this one all the way over here, which again is a realistic price target. I mean, I'm not joking. I am very bullish on XRP. I think this is gearing up to, this probably won't be the last big pump. This will be one of the last big pumps. This might be the second to last big pump. So this pump taking us all the way up to the all-time high, and then dramatically consolidating, as XRP often does, maybe to the tune of 70%. You know, that's often what it does. You know, but I think this little mountain that we've got here, this is supposed to, this little molehill of a pump, is going to be dwarfed by the one that's brewing at the moment. So I'm not just saying this to be bullish for no reason. We have a look at the money flow index, which is something that we often look at on here, and XRP likes to it has rhythm to it. It's not just a chart that just we don't look at for no reason. It's a very, very worthwhile learning to trade chart, right? So we're turning up here, which is nicely, and now we're turning up here. So this much to most people might just look like your average, just a little squiggly line, but we did have some analysis on this from way back, showing that actually we do have more or less an area of support resistance over here, where we could argue that if we measure it from the lowest tips, and this is going all the way back, the lowest tips on the money flow index, we go bounce. We have little jagged bounces in between. The lowest portion of the trend line here, bounce back down again, all the way down here, and then we had this more or less a retest of here. Now it is relatively crude, and money flow indexes, they're not very good at spotting bottoms, but XRP, I have to say, for a giant big move up like this on a weekly, and at the same time finding volume on the money flow index here, decrease down to this level and then turn up on the consolidation, does seem pretty bullish to me. I do like the way that it's shaping up. I think this is brewing a big move, and for those who were in at the bottom, or in even just at that video where we said that this is going to break out from here, I think it's still a very good entry to be in. I'm not a person here to say buy this now or whatever. I mean, if you watch my channel, I've not bought any XRP since we pretty much came out of the consolidation all the way down here. This is where I was buying it, in this accumulation zone, really. I've not been buying any more since then. A little bit of trades here and there, but generally I'm all I'm all XRP'd out, and it's just enjoy the ride now. And the ride should take us up to a new all-time high. And I think this next move coming, which again I'm not here to say when that will be exactly, but it's brewing. We're in a bullish formation on the daily. We're turning up on the momentum oscillators there on the weekly. So there is every sign that this is getting ready for its next big push up. Times, again, and not my strong point. I can't tell you exactly when that move is going to be. It's not going to be as easy this time as we're consolidating from our first push as it was when I said on the video before this big push. I said, look, it's ready. It's time to go. So that was a good time to do a leverage position because it was very obvious. This one is a matter of waiting, and while consolidating, it's going to be in the at the mercy of the overall market, which I still think is pretty bullish. Definitely, I've just made a video on Bitcoin saying how bullish I am on that long term, but short term things can be noisy and choppy, especially as Bitcoin's still in its accumulation range, turning down a little bit now. So I honestly think that XRP is going to be vulnerable to whatever Bitcoin wants to do in the very short term. Overall, though, the bigger picture for both assets seem to be quite clearly up, and probably more aggressive than well, I would say that than anyone says, but I suppose there's so many moon boys on the internet that obviously some people are going to be way more indulgent with their price targets than myself. But for me, a relatively conservative trader, I do like the way that both assets look, and I actually think they're both going to push up quite aggressively over the next 6 months or so. I'm even entertaining the idea of a lengthening crypto cycle. So, and that's something that I didn't think I'd say, but there are certain signs that I would look at to suggest that might be the case now. But until then, 4-year cycle for both of these assets, which both follow 4-year cycles, even though they do it in different ways, both Bitcoin and XRP, they both have a 4-year cycle. They both completed those in the past. Maybe they'll go on to make a new cycle. And XRP's cycle clearly is pegged to Bitcoin's cycle. However, it operates on a completely different way, but it is, I would imagine, largely based upon that. But it doesn't mean that it'll detach itself if there is a lengthening cycle. We don't know how far XRP will go. But I am very much looking forward to seeing this reach a new all-time high. Maybe even this year, to be honest with you, if not in the very beginning of next. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. Overall, bullish, and I'll catch you on the live stream tonight for Patreon users. Take it easy, everyone. Goodbye.